Hey Tyler, good morning. How are you doing? I hope you're good. I hope you had a restful night. It was peaceful. It was sweet. Hope you're able to get enough rest. And I hope your day is going pretty well. I hope it is. How's your week been? I trust it's been fine. So for me, Tyler, I think I've just come to terms with the fact that my week will always be dramatic. Yeah, I had good moments and some terrible ones, one I'm even trying to recover from right now. But God is faithful. I was actually down within the weekend and I had to treat malaria, but yeah, I'm a lot stronger and I'm taking care of myself. Hope you're doing the same thing too. And yes, within the week, a lot of my friends reached out to me. They wrote their bar exams and their results came out, and everyone that I know passed, right? So I'm so glad. This is a shout out to Grace Christos, to Uche, and to Sarah and Jennifer. Funny enough, it's just them that I know. But this congratulations on passing your bar exams. I'm so excited for you. So that was like a high point for me of this week. Then I had another painful experience, but we'll talk about it at another time. The beauty about all of these experiences is that we'll be able to use them as pointers of hope to people. Tomorrow when we're great and we're being celebrated, at least we'll be able to share that we had human experiences, because most times we look at people that are great as divine and flawless people, and but we'll show them the truth, tell them the truth, that we had our experiences and they'll be able to relate with us on that. For me, Thursdays are a high point for me. They're like my healing moments. Every time I get to talk to you, Tyler, it's just beautiful and nice. And it's me also saying thank you for listening. It's an encouragement to me. It blesses me each time that I get your feedback, so thank you so much. I'm really excited with how the series has been going, me, myself and I, the whole identity series, talking about ourselves and how to build ourselves. I'm so glad with how it's going, and we're going to continue from it. I'm trusting God to help me to be able to communicate it very well in a way that we could understand. So today we're going to be talking about what do you see. Last week we spoke about what are you thinking. Now we're talking about what do you see. It's very important. So I'll start with an encounter I had with God a long time ago, probably maybe just way back as, let's say, 12 years. And I was praying. I was in Zaria, ABU Zaria then, and I was in the Chapel of Redemption. Yeah, I was at Chapel of Redemption, having prayers, just having my moment with God. And within that period, God just asked me to open my eyes. And as I opened my eyes, He asked me, "What do I see?" And I was facing the Sunday school block, so I told him, I see the Sunday school block, I see trees, I see the fence. Then they were building the school. I was like, I see the school. I see rocks, other things. And then he now asked me, he asked me that, do you know that there is a water tank behind you? There is a well behind you. There is a gate behind you. And I was like, no. And he was like, your reality would always be based on what is in your view. Your reality will always be based on what is in your view. Now, the fact that you don't see something doesn't mean it does not exist, right? It doesn't mean it's not there. It's just that because it's not in your view, you've lost your awareness of it. And just thinking about this discussion today, God just shared with me again, and He said, bring what you desire into your view. Bring what you desire into your view. So the things that you want to see in your life, the realities and all, bring them into your view. Let them become your gaze. Let them become your reality. Right? The more you focus on them, the more your life tends to reflect those things. Right? So today I'm just going to give some references from Scripture that would help communicate this line of thought. So God and Abraham, right? When God wanted to bless Abraham, he had to work on his vision. He had to work on his sight first and foremost. And he asked Abraham, what do you see? Told him to look at the stars. What do you see? Can you count them? And once he was able to get Abraham to believe in the limitless nature of his ability, he was able to perform that miracle for Abraham. Abraham began to see himself as someone that had a divine mandate, something that generations would be blessed by. And from that moment, he started living life from that perspective. Once God was able to get that into him, he was able to live it. One of the stories that really blessed me is the story of David and Goliath. Always, the underdog story. It's really good. After David had defeated Goliath, right? It was, everybody, excitement around Israel and all. But then there was something very, very deep and paramount that happened. If you read 1 Samuel chapter 17, verse 54, he carried the armor of Goliath and put it in his room, kept it in his chambers. Now, for me, what God communicated to me was that he left a memorial so that whenever he faces another giant, he'll remember what God had done. I've killed the Goliath before. I can always do it again. So he put that testimony before him. Very, very powerful. It means that whatever we place before us has a way of reminding us of the victories that we've won. Do you understand? It reminds us of those challenges that we passed through and we came out strong, right? So many times challenges may come over to us as individuals, and and it may overwhelm us. But every time when we keep those testimonies, those things that have been a sign of victory, when we remember them, it gives us the energy to know that if I overcame this, I can apply that same energy and overcome this certain challenge, right? So it gives us and keeps us in a very healthy perspective. The story of Elijah and Elisha, Elisha wanted a double portion of Elijah's anointing, and while they crossed, I believe it was the Jordan, Elijah carried his cloak and he struck the water and the water parted and they walked through. So after God had taken Elijah up, when Elisha was coming back, the very same thing that he saw Elijah do, he played it out and he got the same result. He was able to capture a reality in his mind, in his view, in his vision, and it was able to work for him. Another story, the woman with the issue of blood, right? We basically know the story. It's in Mark chapter 5, and she just said that if I could touch the hem of Jesus' garment, I'd be made whole. And she, reached out in faith, and while she did that, she got her healing. Now, I think one part that struck me was in chapter 6 of the same book of Mark, the last verse. It said that people reached out to touch the hem of Jesus' garment, and everyone that did that was made whole. It means that somebody else's reality can become your reality if you put that same perspective too. So just like God told me, he said, bring what you desire into your view. bring what you desire into your view. So they heard the testimony of the lady and they saw that it was true. So they brought that same reality into their view and they got the same result. They got the same results. It's very important what your viewpoint is. Now, another, sorry, just count. I've got dogs in the house. Sorry about that. Now, another story was that really sends something deep for me is the temptation of Jesus. Almost every temptation that the devil tried to bring to Jesus had to do with his view. It was, I think, the one where he said that I would give all the kingdoms of the world. Naturally, he knew that was the desire. Jesus wanted to come and restore us back to the Father, right? And he was like, I would give all of this to you if you just bow down, And what was in Jesus' view? What was on his mind? That we're only meant to serve the Lord our God. Him alone should we serve, right? So it may not be in your direct peripheral view, your eye, your physical eyes, but if it's in your mind's eyes, that's where it's most important. What do you see, Tyler? Because most of the times, the way we live life is based on our perception, is based on the perception that we have of life or how life actually pans out. There are things that you look at and you're like, I can't do it. There are things that, I know this is difficult, this is hard, it's not for me. There are certain, endeavors that we've already sidelined ourselves from. We'll say, no, we're not able to do that. Do you see yourself as defeated? Do you see yourself as weak? Or do you see yourself as strong, as capable of, doing it? Do you see that challenge as something insurmountable? Right? I wrote down here and I say, what you focus on magnifies itself, right? The more you meditate on a thing, the bigger it becomes. If you take out time and you look at a specific object, every other thing around you begins to get, it narrows out so that your focus is on that thing, right? So if you focus on defeat, you focus on failure, your weakness, your inabilities, if you focus on that, they magnify themselves. And last week I said it, that you receive energy for the things that you believe. You receive energy to do the things that you so much agree with or have convictions over. So, I ask you again, Tyler, what do you see? Do you see a great man, a great woman? Do you see someone that is full of potential? What I want us to do this week, right, for the period, sorry about the dogs and all, but what I want us to do within this period and this week is to decide what you want to be magnified in your life. Decide what you want to be magnified in your life. Now, write down these things. In Habakkuk chapter 2, right, it says that I will stand upon my watch and I would see, right, what the Lord will say. And then God, responding to Habakkuk, says that write the vision, make it plain, so that those that see it will be able to run with it. Those that see it will be able to run with it. So I want us to take out this week, write down everything that you want to be magnified in your life, Tyler. Write down those things and spend time, create that mental picture. Create that mental picture of your desires, of who you want to be. Is there a dream that you have? Do you want to be let me start with maybe like a world-renowned musician. You've got to be able to place that into your focus. See yourself as that person. See yourself being excellent. Or do you want to be a doctor, any career path that you want to choose, or a fashion designer, or a major philanthropist, or just a business mogul, whatever it is. Put that in your mind's eye. Focus on it so much. Let it become like an obsession for you, Tyler. Let it become like an obsession for you. Let it get to the point that you've gotten so convinced about it that your actions, your demeanor, your expressions express that hope of a reality. What you see is very important. We may all be looking at the same thing, Tyler. It doesn't mean that we see the same thing. What one sees as a challenge, another sees as an opportunity. You may have a weakness and a challenge at the moment, but it could be an opportunity for a great story of resilience, of dedication, and what a committed heart can do and achieve. So this is me reminding you, Tyler, of how I see you. I see you as a great person. I see you as a person of value. I personally value you a lot. And I hope that within this week, you'll be able to establish the same thoughts for yourself. So this is me saying I love you. Thank you for taking our time to listen. I really, really hope that it blessed you and it's motivating you for the week. I have a request. If what you've been hearing has been a blessing to you and it has helped you, please do well to share with other people. Let's get these words out to people. Let's let them know these truths that we've been able to share together. Let them also come into this experience. I'd love you to share this with other people. Also, our Instagram page, right? At dear_Tyler. It's there. I always post captions to help. They serve as reminders daily for the things that we learn on a weekly basis. So, also subscribe to the Instagram channel, share it with other people. You could share the quotes with others and let it be a blessing to them, right? So thank you so much, Tyler. I love you from the depth of my heart, and I'll see you again next week, Thursday. Have an awesome day and a lovely week ahead. Bye.